महाप्रभु दया करो मोरे क्षमा बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे पतित पावन हेतु तव अवतार क्षमा पतित प्रभु न पाइबे आरा पतित पावन हेतु तव अवतारा क्षमा पतित प्रभु न पाइबे हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी कृपा बलो कनकर बर दुखी हा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी कृपा बलो कनकर बर दुखी दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई तव कृपा बले पाए चैतन्य निताय तव कृपा बले पाए चैतन्य निताय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो रे तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे गौर प्रेम माया तनु पंडित गदधारा श्रीनिवास हरिदास दयारा सागारा गौरा प्रेम माया तनु पंडित गदधारा श्रीनिवास हरिदास दयारा सागारा हा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ भट्ट जुगा श्रीजीव प्रभु लोकनाथ हा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ भट्ट जुगा श्रीजीव प्रभु लोकनाथ दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवास दया करो श्री आचार्य Prabhu Srinivasa Ramachandra Sangamage Narottama Dasa Ramachandra Sangamage Narottama Dasa Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya kara more Toma bina ke doyalu jagat samsare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya karo amare Toma bina ke doyalu jagat samsare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya kara more Toma bina jagat samsare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya kara more Toma bina ke dayalu jagat samsare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribo Nitai Gaur Haribo Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Shashwati Mataji, for a nice kirtan.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji and Prabhuji. Welcome back to Chaitanya Chaitanya study class. So today we are going to continue from Madhya Lila, chapter 8, text 236 onwards. We'll try to cover up to 246 and let us see how time permits. Let me share my screen. Krishna, is my screen visible and audio is clear? Can someone please confirm?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
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 जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, Canto 8, Chapter 8, Text 236. मोरे मोरे कृपा करिते तुम्हारी नागमाना दीना दास रही शोधा मूरा दुष्ट माना. Sri Ramananda has said, you have come here just to show me your causeless mercy. Therefore, stay here for at least 10 days and purify my polluted mind. So we have seen last many weeks a wonderful discussion was going on between Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda. We discussed about several tattvas, Krishna tattva, and also most importantly the Radharani's tattva. It's a very deep discussion about the various pastimes happening between Radha and Krishna, the intimate pastimes, and how what was the mood of gopis in serving them, and what should be our mood. So Prabhupada always explains what should be our mood to engage in devotional service by following footsteps of gopis. So, having discussed this wonderful rasa of the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, now we are entering into different discussions. Today we will try to cover a couple of those uh, slokas which were discussed between Ramananda and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on a different topic. So we are going to discuss about them today. So in this sloka, Ramananda is saying, he's telling Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you have come here just to show me your causeless mercy. Therefore, stay here for at least 10 days and purify my polluted mind. So there are some interesting things you can note here. What is the purpose of Lord Chaitanya Prabhu's leaving Jagannath Puri and coming to South India tour? Some say he want to deliver many fallen conditioned souls. But for that, he is Krishna himself. He don't have to come personally. He could have sent his associates, and he denied any of associates to come with him. He said, no, I will go alone. He don't want even Nityananda Prabhu, Swarup Dhamma, all these people, all these devotees, he rejected outrightly. So he has come, or he started visit of South India tour with a very specific purpose. For example, the incident, the situation we are discussing, Ramananda, meeting of Ramananda is one of the very important reasons why Lord Chaitanya Prabhu wanted to visit South India. So, Lord coming to this place, banks of Godavari, where Ramananda was, he met Ramananda to deliver Ramananda and to hear from him confidential pastimes of Radha and Krishna. If you see the whole arrangement, it was a perfect arrangement was made. But how uh, he made Sarvabhaumacharya has requested him to meet Ramananda. We are going to discuss in coming sloka also. So, Lord coming to this material world also exactly the same reason. If you read the senior devotees explain this sloka from slightly different context, you have come to this material world to show his causeless mercy on us. Therefore, stay here and purify our mind. So this is the reason why Lord Chaitanya Prabhu has come all the way from spiritual world to this material world to purify our polluted mind. So every pastime of Lord has a very deep meaning. Even Lord could have sent his associates to this material world to deliver the conditioned souls. So he came for what? He personally came for what? He wanted to give his causeless mercy in person because he understands that people in Kali Yuga, they have accumulated so much of sins. The magnitude of sins are such that they become so conditioned, and he wanted to come personally to deliver us and give his causeless mercy. So, Tomara Ihan Agamana. So, Lord coming to this material world also signifies the same reason what Ramananda is glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, he came for what? More Kripa Karite, to bestow his causeless mercy. But why? What is the reason for him to bestow his causeless mercy? Are we qualified? Because we are not qualified, he wanted to give the qualification for us to come back to Godhead. So he has come in person. So he has come in person for what? As Ramananda is mentioning, to purify our polluted mind. So Lord Chaitanya Prabhu, who is Krishna himself, with Srimad Radharani's mood, he has come to this material world to give us a process of purifying our mind. This process is exactly what we are discussing. One of the most important aspect of the process given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is association with devotees. So this he is exhibiting himself personally by associating with Ramananda, who is materially he is considered as a Shudra on a Shudra platform, materially. But he is such an exalted devotee. So Lord Chaitanya Prabhu want to exhibit the mood of practicing sadhakas, how they should advance Krishna consciousness. Associating with the few devotees is one of the very important aspects. Verse 237. तोमा विना अन्य नहीं जीवा उद्धारिते तोमा विना अन्य नहीं Krishna premadite. But for you, there is no one who can deliver all the living entities. For you alone can deliver love of Krishna. Who else can give the Krishna Prema in its original form than Krishna and Radha themselves? No one else can understand that mood of Krishna except Srimati Radharani. So, Lord has appeared as a devotee, his own devotee, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, so that we the fallen conditioned souls in this material world get get an opportunity to purify our minds, as Ramananda was mentioning, to purify his mind. Actually, Ramananda was an exalted platform. He was not to be considered as a person who is conditioned soul who want to purify his mind. No, he is actually playing a role the whole episode and conveying this message on behalf of all of us to Lord. Toma vina, without you, my Lord, without acharyas, without the parampara, which is the transcendental knowledge which is coming from the Lord, Chaitanya Prabhu has given the process and it is being passed on to us through the parampara, through Srila Prabhupada, through our spiritual master and all the wonderful senior devotees. Toma vina, without any of these, nahi jiva uddharite. He says it is impossible for the living entities to get delivered. So the process is so potent, so pure that Lord has come personally and given, and then acharyas are taking it forward. It is not that end of the story. The acharyas they have given this process to us. Senior devotees have given this process to us. It is like a relay race in the running. In the running race, there is a relay race. So they are passing on the process to us, and it is our responsibility to keep the process of passing on this transcendental knowledge to others. But for you, there is no one, my Lord, who can deliver all the living entities. For you alone can deliver love of Krishna. We can't imagine our lives. We can't imagine our situation without Chaitanya Prabhu's appearance in this material world. We have been a very disaster situation. We have been struggling in this material world with a full of sense gratification around. Anya nahi. There is no one, my Lord. There is no one, dear acharyas. Jiva Udharite, deliver the living entities. For what? Krishna Prema Dite, to bestow the love of Krishna. So, Ramananda is glorifying Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Exactly, we are in the same situation. We must always be very humble and show our gratitude to our senior devotees, to our spiritual master, to Srila Prabhupada and all the acharyas and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for giving this wonderful process of Krishna consciousness. Very easy, very simple, very sublime, and very nectarian. Susukam kartum avyayam. There is nothing difficult in this. For some, maybe associating with somebody else may be a difficulty. That means we are the full material platform. We are not looking at other devotee as part and parcel of Krishna. Because I don't like him, so I avoid. I don't attend to his class. I don't meet him. I don't see him. So we are still in this material platform. This is not what the Lord Chaitanya Prabhu, our acharyas, wanted us to exhibit. So that takes us to verse 238. Prabhu kahe aila na suni tomara guna, Krishna kata suni sudha karaite mana. The Lord replied, having heard about your good qualities, I have come here. I have come here to hear about Krishna from you and thus purify my mind. See the humility of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is Supreme Lord himself. He has come to distribute the Krishna Prema to all of us. And here, Lord says, oh, my dear Ramananda, I heard about your good qualities. So I have come here. The question is how he heard about Ramananda. Who told him? So, Sarva Bhattacharya, in the previous chapter we discussed in chapter 7, text 62 to 68, there are 6 or 7 slokas wherein Ramananda was glorified by Sarva Bhattacharya. My lord, there is one gentleman called Ramananda, the banks of Godavari. You must see him. I thought he is an ordinary materialistic person because he is on Shudra platform. He is serving the king, Prataprudra. But my lord, he is a great personality. He is a great Vaishnava. You must meet him. Then you will understand how great he is. So this is the mercy of spiritual master. We need to understand the sublime message from this. What Lord is saying here, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying here to Ramananda, he hears about us through our spiritual master, not directly, not because of our devotional service. Wow, wonderful. He is such a great personality. He's chanting every day 16 rounds and he's doing this, he's doing that. He don't care, he don't see. He want to hear it from his associate. He want to hear it from a spiritual master. He want to hear it from our senior devotees. About our good qualities, how great I am, how wonderful devotee I am. Not that I think that I am wonderful devotee, I am a great devotee. No. This is the recommendation of our spiritual master. If you see the whole connection, what was the reason for deliverance of Sarva Bhattacharya is exactly this. Because he wanted to use Sarva Bhattacharya. Lord Chaitanya Prabhu wanted to use Sarva Bhattacharya as an instrument to deliver 2 people. There are so many personalities, but 2 prominent people he wanted to deliver. King Prataprudra and Ramananda. So he wanted to use Sarva Bhattacharya as an instrument. Sarva Bhattacharya has worked as a catalyst between Lord Chaitanya Prabhu and these 2 great personalities. He recommended Ramananda to Lord Chaitanya Prabhu. He recommended King Prataprudra to Lord Chaitanya Prabhu. Said, oh my lord, he's a great personality. You don't underestimate him. He is wonderful. So even in case of King Prataprudra, he denied. He said, no, no, no. He is a materialist person. I don't want to meet him. But it was only by causeless mercy of spiritual master. Sarva Bhattacharya acted as his guru here. And Lord heard from him the good qualities of his devotees. Ramananda, he heard very good qualities about Ramananda. Nice devotee he is. Same way about King Prataprudra also, he heard so many times. So it is not our own efforts which Lord makes Lord to see us. It is only the mercy, causeless mercy of spiritual master. So, Guru, the message what we understand from this is very sublime message. If you directly read, okay, Lord heard about him, and so he is meeting. So fine, that's it. We already know about this. But if you go deeper into this sloka, so many things will be revealed to us. That what is the role of Guru in our life? So Guru is actually external form of Paramatma. He works, he acts on that platform for us to connect to Supreme Lord. Those who read the book Easier to Goloka will also remember towards the end of the last chapters of the book, wherein this is not my own concoction. I heard it from many senior devotees and documented it. I have not had any experience of this. When we go back home, back to Godhead, in Golak and Navadip Dham, in spiritual world, our spiritual master takes us to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he takes us to Krishna, because we don't have any qualification directly to approach the Lord. So here he says, Krishna Katha Suni Shuddha Karaite Man. We can purify our mind only when we hear Krishna Katha, no other process. Means always we must hear. Hearing a chanting, that's why Prabhupada says chant loudly so that at least you hear your voice. It is also Krishna Katha. It's a glorification of Krishna. So when we hear Krishna Katha, our minds are purified, is what we are understanding from this. But how it happens? What exactly, what chemical reaction takes place in our mind, in our heart, that we get purified? Is it a magic? Is it Krishna Katha is a magic wand that touches and poof, changes? What actually it does? Actually, the Krishna Katha, the hearing the glories of Krishna, works as a wonderful, miraculous agent. What it does? In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 17, I'm not going to read the whole verse because of shortage of time, because so many things we are going to try to cover in this session today. In this sloka 1 to 17, those who are interested, you can note down and read later. It is mentioned that Krishna Katha is non-different from Krishna. So what it does? It cleanses the desire for material enjoyment. When, but only one rider is there to this. When we properly heard and chanted. When we properly hear and chant Krishna Katha, glorify Krishna Katha, when we properly hear, not that we are sitting in Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita study class, so any video is off. Nowadays Zoom is very prominent, so we do any damn thing what I want to do. So it is only a exercise. So that's why rider is very clear. 1 to 17 says the rider that when it is properly heard and chanted, what it does, it cleanses the desire for material enjoyment. So once it cleanses the desire for material enjoyment, so what remains there is a pure heart. See, our heart, our consciousness is already pure. Eternally, we are pure entities. So what happened? Because we are adding something unwanted, it was covered. Now what Krishna Katha is doing? It removes, it cleanses the desire for material enjoyment. So no more accumulation, and whatever is there will start cleaning up. Because we start losing the desire for enjoyment, all these anarthas will start disappearing. So what remains is, we are not adding a purity into this. We are already pure. We are removing only impure things. That process is done by Krishna Katha. So that exactly what Lord is confirming here. And he is taking role of a devotee. So he says, I come here to hear about Krishna, to purify your mind. He is telling us, please, my dear devotees, hear about Krishna and purify your mind. This is the sublime message. याइचे सुनिलुन ताइचे देखिलुन तुम्हारा महिमा राधा कृष्ण प्रेम रस ज्ञानेर तुमी सीमा. So here what Chaitanya Prabhu says that याइचे सुनिलुन ताइचे देखिलुन. Just I heard, I seen, He heard from whom? He heard from Sarvabhattacharya. And now he is practically seeing. Yache sunilun, taiche dekhilun. Tumhara mahim. Tumhara mahim. So the glories of Ramananda, Lord has heard and seen. As far as the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in a loving mood are concerned, you are the limit of knowledge. Radha Krishna Prema Rasa Gnanera Tumi Sima. What it means? Even this has got a very sublime meaning. Lord will be very happy to see us as he was strongly recommended by Guru. Because he has seen, Lord will see us only when we are recommended by Guru. This is again continuation of what we heard. Yaiche Sunilan, Taiche Dekhilan. If your spiritual master recommending, I will see you. Where I will see you? I will see you soon in Golak Vrindavan. Of course, he is with us all the time. We start realizing Krishna with us in our heart. Only when spiritual master tells, oh, this man is okay, he passed, so we can take care of him. Spiritual master recommends, and then Krishna, Taiche Dekilun, he said, then he will see. And one more hidden sublime message here. Radha Krishna Prema Rasa Gnanera Tumi Sima. He wants every one of us to be the authority in conveying the transcendental knowledge to others. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, at some stage, Lord Chaitanya Prabhu says that I am only gardener. How many fruits of this garden? The garden is the devotional service, and the fruits are the fruits of the Krishna Prema. He wants every one of us to enjoy and also distribute. He wants us to be authority. Authority means we must study the scriptures systematically. That's why you always say, do Bhakti Shastri, do Bhakti Vaibhav, do all Bhakti Sarvabhauma, whatever courses being offered by our institute. We must take it seriously. It is not a devotional service, it is not a part-time practice. We must accept it as a full-time, our life motto. Lord is telling us to become authority. It is here, Ramananda doesn't mean that Ramananda is not authority and this is only somewhat between Ramananda and Chaitanya Prabhu. No, actually, Ramananda is playing a role here in the drama as Arjuna played role in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna knows everything. He is a great devotee of the Lord. You don't have to hear from the Lord about Bhagavad Gita. It is for us. Arjuna was playing a role. Ramananda was playing a role. And the message what Lord Chaitanya Prabhu is giving Ramananda is actually a message to us that he wants us to be authority. Nanera tumi sima. You must be the limit of knowledge. Means you must be authority. You must possess all this knowledge. So Acharyas wants us to be authorities in the transcendental knowledge. This is a message from this sloka. Dasa dinere ka katha yavat ami jiba tavat tomara sangha chadite nariba. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued. To say nothing of 10 days, as long as I live, I shall find it impossible to give up your company. Wonderful message to us. When we practice Krishna consciousness, it is not one day, 2 day. As I said just now, that Krishna consciousness is not a part-time business. Must be our full-time business. So, when practice Krishna consciousness, it is not for temporary. Lord stays with us. Lord stays with us permanently. It is impossible for the Lord even to the Lord to give up our company. So, this is a message which he is giving. Devotional service is very, very susukam kartumavyam. It is very, very easy and happy process. One must not leave this Krishna consciousness. All other Prabhupada says that all other external material and professional engagements must be complementary to devotional service. We are in, so for example, those who are in working, those who are in Middle East, those who are in outside India or even within India, those who are working, they must remember that the work what they are doing is only a complementary to the devotional service. It means it must help. Because I'm here, I'll practice Krishna consciousness. No, because I want to practice Krishna consciousness in this Middle East or USA or India, wherever it is, all other activities must be complementing to this activity. So I must have a job. I must have my visa here. Why? I want to earn money? No. I want to practice Krishna consciousness. I want to associate with the devotees. So I must have this job and visa and all these things. So Shadite Nariba, it is impossible to give up the association. So here the importance of association is stressed by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One should never give up the association of pure devotees because they are the one who are recommending to Lord. We must understand and remember this very carefully. नीलाचले तुमी अमी तकीब एक संगे सुखे गोनाइब काल कृष्ण कथे रंगे. You and I shall remain together at Jagannath Puri. We shall pass our time together in joy, talking about Krishna and his pastimes. So here again, Lord Chaitanya Prabhu is telling us what we must do all the time, how we must pass our time, what is a real joy. Here, together in joy, talking about Krishna and pastimes. So we get joy only when we are engaged in Krishna Katha. When we chant, when we talk, when we hear, that is where we get a joy. Not by watching a Bahubali movie or some 3 hours, 4 hours movie we watch and that's it. That ends joy. All the material joys or happiness what we get through other external materialistic uh, subjects, they are all temporary. So Lord says, always engage in Krishna Katha. How? Yare dekha tare kahe Krishna upadesha, amara agnaya guru hana tara e desa. Chaitanya Prabhu is saying, instruct everyone to follow the orders of Lord Krishna as they are given in Bhagavad Gita. So it is not our own. Whatever I say, no, whatever Krishna says, whatever Acharya say, you please give the process to others. In this way, become a spiritual master. So he wants, Lord expecting us to play the role of a guru, pass on this knowledge to every living entity in this material world, so that try to liberate everyone in this land. So this is exactly what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, text 9. Machitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. This is where we get enlightened and bliss and full satisfaction. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So if you read from back to front, those who get great satisfaction and a bliss by discussing about my thoughts, my pastimes, my glories, they are my pure devotees. If you work backwards to front. So he says only those my pure devotees will do this. Means those who are doing this, they only can be my pure devotees. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 14 gives this. Prabhupada mentions this. Tasmad ekena manasa Bhagavan satvatam patihi srotavya kirtitavyascha dhyeya pujyascha nityada. Always. One should constantly. This is a very important sloka for all of us. I always used to quote this sloka. It conveys very important message for us. One should constantly hear about, glorify, remember, and worship. This gives a wonderful message to us that when we constantly hear glories of the holy name or we hear about Krishna Katha, then what we do? We should not hear and keep it with us. We should glorify it. We should preach. Not only when we receiving this knowledge, but we should also preach. So hear about with one pointed attention. Then what is we will do? Glorify, preach. So when we preach, hear and preach, then we always remember the Lord. When we are leaving this body, we will be able to remember the Lord, and then we go back to Godhead and worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead in person. So this is a whole process of Krishna consciousness is given in the capsule form in this sloka. Tasmad ekena manasa Bhagavan Satvatam Patihi. Shrotavya Shrotavya Kirtitavyascha Dhyeya Pugyascha Nityada. Constantly, every moment, we should hear, glorify, remember, and worship. Ete bali dunhe nija karya gela sandhya kale raya puna ashiya milila. In this way, they both departed to perform their respective duties. Then, in the evening, Ramananda returned to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, they have discussed all along till this sloka. Last few weeks, we have seen the whole nectar of intimate pastime, confidential pastimes of Radha and Krishna they were discussing. So now they both departed to perform their respective duties. It doesn't mean that they are, oh my God, thank you very much. Bhagavatam Mathuradesh ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev ki jai. We are very happy one Bhagavatam class is finished. Oh my God. Again, next 1 week I don't have to touch Bhagavatam class. No. In the evening, again, Ramananda Raya returned to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he is not satisfied, neither Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They want to hear more, they want to discuss more, they want to associate more. It's not a once in a week process. Nityam Bhagavata Shivai is what we are seeing in this sloka. Again, in the evening, they meet. Anyonye mili dunhe nibrite vasiya prashnotara goshti kahe anandita hana. Thus they met time and time again, sitting in a secluded place and jubilantly discussing devotional service by question and answer process. So this is not a part-time business. As I was mentioning, devotional practice, devotional service is not a part-time business. They must meet time and time again, sitting in a secluded. Every time we should meet and discuss and associate. What we discuss? Not about mundane things, not about Narendra Modi winning election or losing election or somebody else losing election. Nowadays, devotees started discussing more about this. We should jubilantly discuss devotional service by the question and answer process. So, this is the process which Lord wants us to practice. Prabhu puche Ramananda kare na uttara, yei mata sei ratre katha paraspara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the questions and Sri Ramananda gave answers. In this way, they were engaged in discussion throughout the night. So it is not a 1 day, 2 day, it was happening regularly. So now we see from verse 245 onwards, one more level of discussion starts between Ramananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we'll cover only 2 verses and then we'll end the session here. Till now, they were discussing about Krishna Katha and Radha Tattva, Krishna Tattva and Radha Tattva. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda, they were Sajatiya. So they are like-minded people. All the devotees are like-minded people. As long as we are not discussing mundane topics. So Acharyas, they expect us to always engage and hear about the glories of Lord. So whenever we meet, we must talk about Krishna. So this is why, this is what Rachit Mahaprabhu and Ramananda they are setting a standard. Now we are coming to the core topic of today. This verse and next verse are very, very important. प्रभु कहे कौन विद्या, विद्या मध्य सारा, राया कहे कृष्णा भक्ति, बिना विद्या नहीं आ रहा. On one occasion, the Lord inquired of all types of education, which is the most important. Now, that totally different discussion is going to take place. What is the most important thing? Now, this is the subject matter. What is the most important thing? Now, the several questions posed by Lord Chaitanya Prabhu and answers were given by Ramananda. So, it is not a quiz. It is not a exam. It is a process which Lord Chaitanya Prabhu is establishing for us to practice in the form of question answers. He is revealing this. See, Lord Chaitanya Prabhu has not written any scripture except 8 slokas, but he has given this wonderful knowledge to us through his disciples. He has given this knowledge to Ramananda, he has given to Sarvabhaumacharya, he has given to Rupa Goswami, he has given to Sanatana Goswami, and they have documented all this knowledge. Now, here is Lord asking of all types of education, which is the most important. See, Ramananda is not taking a time. Why these two covered the same verse? To convey message to us that Ramananda knows answer. He just like that he is answering. He is not taking a time to even go to next verse. Rāya kahi Krishna bhakti vina vidya nahi ara. Lord is asking what is the most important education. Immediately Ramananda answered, no education is important than the transcendental devotional service of Lord Krishna. So here we see one or two slides to understand what actually the topic is being discussed. We all know our consciousness is in a 5 different stages, starting from Annamaya to Anandamaya. I'm sure all of us in this forum, we know about this. I'm not going in very detailed explanation about this. We did a couple of seminars on the process of devotional service. In the past, the seminars are there in the YouTube on this topic. So, our consciousness, these are called 5 koshas. Our consciousness is into different 5 levels. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya. So, what is the relevance of today's this sloka? When we are in Annamaya, Pranamaya, and Manomaya stage, this knowledge is called knowledge of matter. So, we are an animalistic consciousness. Either we want to always think about our food, our survival, how could, when we are doing our job and not doing anything, not engaged in Krishna consciousness, we are in Annamaya stage because we don't care. We want to earn money for our livelihood. That is the purpose of life. That is Annamaya stage. Pranamaya is one step ahead. Once our belly is full, then we start looking at how to safeguard myself. If somebody is attacking, how to safeguard. Pranamaya stage. Manomaya stage is slightly better. Then we started thinking. But unfortunately, that thinking also we use for how to more polished way of sense enjoyment. We misuse our intelligence. So when we are this platform, this consciousness, levels of consciousness, this is called knowledge of matter. So now what the question asked by Rachit Mahaprabhu was about among all the educations. So this also we have all our education today we have in this material world being offered by many universities and colleges. They're all on these 3 platforms. These are all knowledge of matter. Knowledge of matter means what? How to make myself more comfortable, more happy, more enjoying. Everything related to this body, including a dress, how to make a nice dress. There's one course is there, fashion technology, uh, how to make nice food, hotel management. So many things are there. Everything is related to how can I enjoy more. So this is limited only to this body. So we are an animalistic consciousness. Vijnanamaya, knowledge of spirit. So it is one step ahead. So Prabhupada in the translation, actually this content are taken from the purport only. So Prabhupada mentions in purport that is Brahma Vidya. In this stage, we start differentiating between matter and spirit. So we know, okay, this is the Atma, we are not the body, we are the souls. So we have the knowledge. So we start getting knowledge. Brahma, this is called Brahma Vidya. So this is not the perfect. And then it comes knowledge of Krishna, it's a Brahma Bhuta stage. Relation between Atma and Paramatma. So here, second stage, we know I am not the body, I am the soul. So fine, that's not the end of it. It is Sankhya philosophy talks about the difference between body and the soul and qualities of the soul and all this. But when you go one step ahead, Brahma Vidya to Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati. So then we are in the stage of Brahma Bhuta, knowledge of Krishna. So there we understand the relation between Atma and Paramatma. Who am I? Okay, I already understood. I am a soul. But what is my role? How am I related to Krishna? This, when we have this knowledge, when we understand this, then our consciousness will reach to Anandamaya stage. This is the Bhava and Prema stage. Till then, we are in Vijnanamaya stage. That is entirely different discussion. Refer to the original presentation, seminar what we made way back in 3-4 years ago. The process of devotional service. So, Anandamaya stage is for Bhava and Prema stage. There we completely Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Na sochati na kankshati. No anchoring, no any desires, nothing. Otherwise, those are animalistic consciousness, what they have? Brahma Bhuta Pareshanatma. Sadaiva kankshati, sadaiva sochati. So always we think, always we lament, always we hanker. Brahma Bhut, not Brahma Bhuta. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Brahma Bhut. It is like a demon. Brahma Bhut is like a demon. We are always engaged in the sense gratification. So what is the impact? Pareshan Atma, not Prasanna. Always we are worried, lamenting. So this is what Ramananda is explaining here. This whole thing we can say it as MSc, Master of Science, we say, no? M for mundane knowledge, S for spirit, C for controller. So one who gets his post-graduation MSc, who is in the Anandamaya stage, he understands all other stages also. He knows what is mundane knowledge. He knows how to use that mundane knowledge in the service of Krishna. He knows the spirit. He knows he has the knowledge of spirit. He knows that I am not a body, I am a soul. Then he also knows that I am servant of Krishna. So this is MSc. So one should follow the process given by Acharyas and reach to the Anandamaya stage. It is very simple process, but it is a very step by step. And when we start associating with the devotees, the whole process will go very fast. We don't even realize, oh, I'm moving from this stage to this stage, this stage to this stage, Nishtha, and no, they will take us without even our realizing. So Prabhupada says material education aims at increasing the activities of material sense gratification. So it is not a king of education. So Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 2, Krishna says, Rajavidya Rajabhushan. This is the king of all knowledge. This is exactly what Ramananda Raya is telling. Our education should be such that we can become elevated to Krishna consciousness. Narada is saying in Prachina Bhari in this sloka that, oh useless fellow, you are wasting your time. Your education must be helpful to you to elevate Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, you are wasting your time. Please don't waste your time and engage yourself in Krishna consciousness. So, Hiranyakashipu is asking a question to his son, Prahlad Maharaj, in 7th canto, chapter 5, text 22. Now, please repeat to me whatever you think is the best of that knowledge, what you learned from your teachers. This is the essence of what we are discussing. Prahlad Maharaj responds to Hiranyakashipu. Prabhupada mentions this in the purport that one who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, so he should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. So he says that knowledge is ultimate knowledge. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, text 2, this being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. So we are in MSc, we are in C level, on the MS stage. Controller, we know that Krishna is a controller. Sarva Karana Karanam. So all others we already we know. So we don't have to know other things separately. We don't have to know how to enjoy this material life through whatever sense objects were given. No, everything is already there. We already surpassed. So we start using all the sense objects for the service of Krishna. So we don't have to know anything separately. Last verse today. Kirti Gana Madhya Jivera Kun Vada Kirti Krishna Bhakta Baliya Yanhara Hayat Khyati. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then asked Ramananda Raya, out of all glorious activities, which is the most glorious? This is exactly what what is it? Brihad Bhagavatamrita we discussed in the past. Those who attended my seminar, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, they will remember this. The similar question was asked by Narada. He was searching, Narada and of course Gopakumara second part. He was searching for what is the greatest thing? Who is the greatest devotee? So he was searching for a person who is the greatest devotee. So Ramananda is replying here. That person who is reputed to be devotee of the Lord Krishna enjoys utmost fame and glory. So it is not that I am a CEO of a company, I am general manager of the company. Once you come out, who no one cares. Once you resign and come out of the company, no one cares you. Even sometimes we get difficulty in getting our own settlement. So this is the problem. All these mundane education, qualification, designations, they are useless. A devotee of Lord Krishna, he enjoys utmost fame and glory. He is the topmost. So there are several verses references given by Prabhupada in this purport, very long purport, but we will try to cover in a few minutes. So we'll not go to even sloka. In this, Garuda Purana says, in this age of Kali, the fame of one who is known as a great devotee is very rare. However, such a position is superior to that of a great demigods like Brahma and Mahadeva. This is the opinion of all spiritual masters. So when we are a devotee of Lord Krishna, this is the greatest achievement. This is the greatest name and fame. But we don't have to show our name and fame to others. We have to be very humble. So what scriptures are saying is, such position, being a great devotee of the Lord in this age of Kali, is superior to that of a great demigod like Brahma and Mahadeva. This is the opinion of all spiritual masters. Garuda Purana says. And Itihas Samuchaya also says, after many, many births, even a person realizes that he is the eternal servant of Vasudeva, he can deliver all the words. Now, Narada is telling here, who can deliver the words? Like we have a perfect example of Srila Prabhupada and our spiritual masters. When we realize that we are servants of Krishna, when we come out of a false realization, we are so and so, I am so and so, I am working in so and so company as a general manager, CEO. No, we have to come out of all this ignorance, realize that I am a servant of Vasudeva. Such person only can deliver all the words. So it means he is highlighting who is the greatest person here. Adi Purana says the most exalted position of liberation is given by Vedic knowledge. Everyone follows in the footsteps of a devotee. So devotee is the topmost, and everyone follows to his footsteps. Is Krishna is telling Arjuna in Adi Purana. I'm just going very fast because the time is up. Until now, even the great demigods like Brahma and Lord Shiva did not know the influence of a devotee. So it is very, very confidential because devotees are very humble. They are not exhibiting greatness, or they are not supposed to exhibit the greatness. So even Brahma and Shiva cannot understand the glories of a devotee. In Garuda Purana says that out of thousands of Brahmanas, only one is qualified to perform sacrifices, and out of such a thousands of such qualified Brahmanas, one learned Brahmana can understand the Vedic knowledge. It is not about just performing sacrifices, understanding the Vedic knowledge. Only one of such thousands, and one of such thousands of those who understand Vedic knowledge, one become Vishnu Bhakta, Vaishnava. And out of one of such thousands of Vaishnavas, one become pure devotee of Krishna. So, indeed, a person who is completely devoted to the service of Lord certainly returns home back to Godhead. So, here Garuda Purana is glorifying. Garuda Purana is supposed to be glorification of Vishnu and so many other activities about hellish planets and all those were mentioned. Here, this also has a very wonderful information. It says out of thousands of Vaishnavas, only one who is worshipping Krishna is great. So this is exactly like how Narada is trying to understand who is the greatest person. He is going all the people from Shiva, from Indra to Shiva and Prahlad and all these personalities. Same way now we are covering. Bhagavatam also mentions after much hard labor, a person highly learned in Vedic literature certainly becomes very famous. However, one who is always hearing and chanting glories of lotus feet of Mukunda within his heart is certainly superior. Again, it highlights the glory of a pure devotee. Narayana Vyuha Stava says, I do not aspire to take birth as Brahma if that Brahma is not a devotee of the Lord. I shall be satisfied simply to take birth as an insect if I am given a chance to remain in the house of a devotee. See what a wonderful point. I don't want to become a Brahma if he is not a devotee. I am happy to become an insect in the house of a devotee. At least I hear the glories of holy name. I get an opportunity to eat some remnants of Mahaprasad. So I'm happy with this. This is a much glorious position than becoming a Brahma who is not devotee. Guru Bhagavatamrita, we already know this. I do not know truth about Krishna. Lord Shiva says, I don't understand Krishna because I'm doing tapasya for so many years. I'm praying Sankarsana for so many years, but I don't understand. But a devotee of the Lord knows all the truth. Out of all the devotees of Krishna, Prahlad is the greatest. So in the process, Prahlad says, no, not me, somebody else. This whole process is a different thing. But here Shiva says, I don't know anything about Krishna. Only devotees can understand, so I'm not a devotee. So it's a humility of Lord Shiva. So he's sending Narada to Prahlad Maharaj. Brihat Vamana Purana says, I underwent meditation, Brahma is telling here. Meditated Australia for 60,000 years just to understand the dust of lotus feet of gopis. And then finally, what I understood? I understood that I cannot understand. Still, I could not understand. To say nothing of me, even Lord Shiva, Shesha, Adishesha, has been glorifying Sankarsana himself, glorifying Lord for millions of years. Even the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, could not understand. That is the glory of Gopi. So, what we need to understand from all this discussion is that the glories of pure devotees like gopis and following the footsteps very important. So this is a last slide probably. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, the goddess of fortune, and even myself are not as dear to me as the gopis. Supreme Lord is saying this in Adi Purana. He says that no one is dear to me, even God is a fortune, even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. No, or not even by myself. I am more dear to those who are either gopis or following footsteps of gopis. They are very, very dear to me. Chaitanya Chandamrita is about the glorification of Rupa Goswami is mentioned here. The qualities of one engaged in the service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, such as reputation, austerities, penances, and knowledge, are not to be compared to the good qualities of others. Even such an exalted position they are in this material world, their qualities cannot be compared to the highest position of pure devotee. Here, glorification about Rupa Goswami is mentioned here. This is applicable for all the pure devotees. Such is the perfection of a devotee always engaged in the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we'll end the session here. If we have any questions, a few minutes we can take. Hare Krishna. Any questions, please? Silence. I think most of them are sleeping.
No, bro, it was mesmerizing class. That's why no questions. Wonderful, wonderfully explained, Prabhuji. It was we want to continue more and more like this. Right. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Prabhu. श्री चैतन्य चैतामृता की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरुदेव की जय, आनंद कोटेश्वर की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि 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 बोल, हरि बोल, हरि
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. A
हरे कृष्ण
wonderful
माता।
class by you, Prabhuji. Very nice class by you. Very nice lecture. Prabhuji, can you please help me, as you all are very exalted devotees, where it is mentioned about Maya, Yogmaya, Mahamaya, and one thing I would like to know, though it is a bit a different topic than what you have taken the class about today. Prabhuji, is there any difference between Maya and Mahamaya? Somebody was asking me yesterday. So,
Mataji,
like, I want.
actually, Maya means there are two kinds of Mayas, Mahamaya and Yogamaya. Mahamaya is in this material world, it puts all the living entities under illusion that we are the masters and we are away from the Lord. So we are separate from the Lord. We do have no connection. We are here only for our enjoyment. So this is role of Mahamaya. Yogamaya is uh, potency of the internal potency of the Lord, which puts people, devotees under, like for example, in Yashoda Krishna Lila, Yashoda Maya is watching. The whole all the universes in the mouth of Krishna. So she was covered by Yogamaya, thinking, "Oh, what I seen is not maybe it's my dream." So because she don't want to accept Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead, because her relation to Krishna is like a mother and a son. So there she is a pure devotee of Lord, but Yogamaya covers her to forget that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, to forget the fact that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Yogamaya does a positive influence. Mahamaya does negative influence. So these two kinds of Maya. Maya is either Yogamaya. Generally, if you say Maya, that is Mahamaya. In general, there is no difference between Maya and Mahamaya, because in the material world, Maya is Mahamaya. But Yogamaya is something which devotees can experience this. Hope this is clear, Mataji.
A very nice example, Prabhuji. And I have read it in ISKCON Desire and I have checked it in Google also. They say Lord Shiva devotees, they think that Parvati Mata is Mahamaya or Yogmaya, but for Vaishnavas, the Lord sister. For Vaishnavas, it is Lord Krishna's sister, Subhadra Maharani is Yogmaya. Is that so, Prabhuji?
Mataji, in this material world, definitely it is Mother Durga, she is because she has that potency of doing this in this material world. So she is Mahamaya, and all these are eventually expansions of Srimati Radharani. Some stage the expansions start coming. So who is the Durga? She is actually the shadow of Ramadevi. So they are all expansions. So the source is coming from Srimati Radharani, but they have expanded to different personalities to engage in a different responsibilities. So otherwise, in this material world, yes, Durga Devi, she is mother of Mother Parvati. She is Maha because she is not actually doing anything wrong. She is filtering us from going back home back to Godhead with 100% marks, not 19.99. Also, it is not possible. 100%. That is, she tests us. Am I capable? Am competent of going back? When I pass all these tests, I'm not getting bewildered like how we seen in many scriptures, like how Maya even tests the devotees also. When they pass these tests, they are uh, qualified or competent to go back and back to Godhead. So, hope I could answer your question, Mataji.
Very nicely you explained, Prabhuji, and Nishoda Mata's example is very nice. I really liked it. And Prabhuji, I'm told that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, it is mentioned in 1.5. Uh, anywhere else also where I can read about? Like in Shrimad Bhagavatam, I am told 10.1.69 it is given. But
What is that, Mataji?
if you can enhance my knowledge about this, where I can read Adi Lila 1.5, I am told.
I'll check and I'll let you know.
So sweet of you. Thanks a lot, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Actually,
Thank
I
you.
want to be confirmed about it before telling it to others. Thank you, Prabhuji.
I'll
So
check it
nice of
out.
you for you have really helped me a lot. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank
Dandavat
you.
pranams. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Sachi Mataji.
Prabhu, just a small clarification, Prabhu. So the essence of today's class at the end, what you mean to say that glorifying the Lord is difficult or
Mataji, can come
glorifying
again?
the
Your voice was not clear.
Prabhu, the essence of last part of the slokas, what you took today, is it glorifying the Lord is difficult or glorifying the devotees is difficult, Prabhu?
No,
You
I
got
didn't
my
understand the
question?
question still. You are asking which is
Yeah, no, I want to know the essence of last part of today's conversation between Ramananda Raya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that glorifying the Lord is difficult or glorifying the devotees of the Lord is difficult, Prabhuji?
actually the question was that what is a glorious activity? Glorious activity is to be a devotee. So it means that it is not the glorification of a Lord, it is glorification of a devotee.
Okay.
So if we are a devotee, suppose Mataji, I am a CEO of a company, or maybe I'm a prime minister of a country, or I'm a king of a country. So whether this activity brings more glory to me, or simply a devotee will brings more glory. So in the comparison, be even the emperor of the whole world, that has no relevance, that will not bring any glory or no any name and fame, than being a devotee. Devotee of the Lord is most glorious.
Okay.
So that is, it is here we are not talking about the glory of the Lord. We are talking about the glory why the devotee is glorified, because he is a devotee.
Okay. Got it, Prabhu. Yes. Thank
Clear,
you.
Mataji?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji Mataji. So if there is no other questions and comments, we'll end the session here. So we'll continue from next week. So next week is going to be Narnara.